is our gift to one another. Malice.
Malice is back and he's meaner than ever. Most of them mad here, and we've just got a short video for you today explaining the update to Malice's sanity mechanics, which actually greatly improve his campaign, I think. And also just a quick confederation guide for Malice, how to confederate Malekith, and potentially also Hellebron, Marathi and Lockyer if you're lucky enough to be able to get all of them. Okay, first things first, Malice's reworked possession bar. So all of these values have been changed. So each of these states has different bonuses than what they had before. So at full possession, which is what you start at, you have 40% ward save for Malice, and plus 10 melee attack and plus 10 missile for Malice's army. And you also get the ability Zarkan, which means that you can turn into a demon, basically. This is a really powerful state for battles for Malice's army. Legend Total War's actually got a video out where he gets Malice up to 97% ward save, and he can literally take out whole armies by himself. So check that out. Malice is definitely potentially one of the strongest fighters in the game, I'd say. Most of the time you're not going to be spending your time at this 10 possession because you also get this negative minus 60% casualty replenishment rate. So you might occasionally let it get up to 10 and then use it, but then you'll want to drink these elixirs, which will drop it down by 10. So if you drink 2 of these elixirs, it'll go from plus 10 to 0, then from 0 to minus 10. So most of the time you're going to be spending your time at these other conditions. So here you've got plus 4 melee attack and missile strength, plus 10 ward save for Malice. Don't get to transform into Zarkan anymore. In this 1 to 5, you got a little bit weaker army buffs, a little bit of ward save. Once you get into the negative possessions, you start getting buffs to your provinces, but you don't get any army bonuses anymore. So a little bit of growth, public order, a bit more growth, a bit more public order, and when you go to maximum or minimum full control, you get plus 100 growth and 10 public order to all provinces. So it's quite good. Only lasts for 1 turn, and then you'll be into this stage. So it's much improved, I think, because with the old system, each of these had a plus and a negative. So I believe these sort of sections gave you some minor buffs to your army, but it gave you some minuses to replenishment. And this side, you didn't get the replenishment bonuses. You got some bonuses to your provinces, but you got like minus 5 melee attack or something like that on your armies. So it was just kind of annoying that whatever state you were in, there was always going to be a bit of a disadvantage, and none of them were ever really desirable. Whereas now, I think all the states are kind of somewhat desirable. They're all positive, so it just makes his campaign a lot more appealing to me personally. But yeah, so basically, you start off at full possession. If you want to get rid of that debuff, you just buy one of these, put you down to here, and if you want to get these buffs to your provinces, you can go all the way down like that. The cost of this elixir goes up by, I think, 75 gold per turn. So purely on efficiency cost wise, it's probably good to do it as soon as you can all the time. As long as you've got it at least at 0, that way you won't waste it, because it takes 10 off. So if you're at like minus 5 already and then you drank it, it would just take you to minus 10, so you sort of lose some of the potential of that. So you're best off using it when you've got at least 0 or more. So that's the new sanity ability. I think that alone, I think is enough of a reason just to try out Malice now. Sorry, Malice's doesn't have as powerful faction bonuses as some of the other characters. Basically, it's just his sort of personal thing of having being possessed by the demon and all that possession mechanic, and also these quests that he gets given, Zarkan's Whispers. He does have plus 30% income from iron mines and gold mines and marble quarry, so not as powerful as Lockier's faction bonuses, and his start position is not as good as Malekith's. But he has this kind of story aspect with Zarkan's Whispers. Up these little things at the top here will give you quests occasionally. With Zarkan will basically give you a mission, and then you'll get a reward. And I think there's maybe 18 different ones. There's quite a few, and they'll be some of them will be items, and some of them are actually ancillaries that you can just put onto Malice, or onto another character as well. You can use them on your other lords. They're all purple items, I believe. They're all legendary. So he's got this amazing ability to get all of these extra legendary items. Now, the other interesting thing about Malice is he's got a unique ability to confederate Malekith. Because he starts off already in an alliance with Malekith, he can then draw Malekith into a number of wars. Basically, you just declare war on every faction that's anywhere near Malekith. and then Malekith will be automatically forced to enter those wars with you as your ally. And because you share a war, then he'll get a huge bonus to his relations with you. To make this particular strategy work, we're going to have to give up Hag Grief. So in order to save a little bit of money, we'll go back over to Hag Grief, disband this army, and also demolish all the buildings that you can in Hag Grief. Don't demolish the settlement itself, because you still need it to be here so you can sell it next turn. Now go back to Malice's army, attach the Master to his army, and then besiege the settlement Dragonfang Mount. Then select his Black Ark and besiege Dragonfang Mount from the sea as well, or blockade it. And don't initiate the attack. You don't want to attack, you just want to besiege and blockade the city and leave it at that. Now over the end turn, the forces in Dragonfang Mount will attack you. That's fine. Just retreat with Malice's army and retreat with the Black Ark. The only reason we were besieging them was just to stop them recruiting so their forces wouldn't get any stronger over the end turn. Now the Mung should have appeared, and they're another potential enemy. So as soon as turn 2 starts, immediately declare war on the Mung, again pulling Malekith into that war as well. Next, select Malice and siege Dragonfang Mount again. Also blockade it from the sea with the Black Ark, so that you can combine your forces. Don't fight the battle manually. It's a very hard battle to fight manually. Just auto-resolve it and you should win it easily. Now, you could have fought this battle on turn 1, but there's 2 reasons why you don't do that. One is so that you can abandon the buildings in Hag Grief to get a little bit extra money. And the second reason is because the Mung don't appear until turn 2, and you get a little bit of extra relations by pulling Malekith into the war with the Mung, but that relation won't update until either the end of a turn or until a battle is resolved. So after you occupy the settlement, you'll be offered this dilemma, hostile takeover, and you'll take the money. That'll give you the 20,000 gold, and you'll lose Hag Grief. If you haven't already drunk the elixir, you'll still be at max possession 10, so you'll need to drink the elixir twice to get down to minus 10. Or if you've already drank some elixir in first turn, you might just have to drink the elixir one more time just to get back down to minus 10. That will unlock the Rite of the War Master, which will summon a full stack of powerful beasts, including dragons, hydras, etc., which will massively pump up your faction strength, which will help you a lot in Confederation. Although my strength rank is still displaying as 27 there, my real strength rank is now probably rank 1, and even though it's not displaying there, the Confederation calculation does recognise my new strength rank. And there you have it, Malekith Confederated on turn 2. Unfortunately, Malekith's strength ranking is still relatively powerful at around 50, so you end up having to pay all of your money pretty much to sweeten the deal to get the Confederation.
Supreme Sorceress of Grant.
It is possible to confederate Malekith by other methods later on in the campaign, but it's not reliable. The only reliable way that I found that works every time is this method that I put out here. I literally played like about 40 or 50 Malice campaigns, over the last 3 days, trying to find a reliable confederation strategy, and I was able to confederate Malekith numerous times between set turn 7, 11, 13, 16, around those times, but never reliably. There's no strategy I could rely on that would do it every time. I could only do it about 1 in 3 attempts. So the only way I could really find to do it reliably every single time was this 2-turn method. So if you've got dreams of uniting all the Dark Elf Legendary Lords, I hope this little guide gets you started. When I did it, I didn't use this method. I managed to confederate Malekith on turn 11, and then I got the last one, Lockheer, confederated on turn 34. But yeah, maybe one of you guys can use this 2-turn method to get Malekith, and then confederate all of the lords by turn 20 or something. That might be the new benchmark to go for. But anyway, even if you don't go for a confederation start as Dark Elves, I think the new changes to the Malice campaign make him a lot more fun to play now, and definitely worth it if you want a bit more of a sort of role-playing campaign, especially if you've read the Malice books and you want to recreate his story. You can hire a bunch of heroes and rename them after his underlings in the books and that sort of thing. Yeah, hope you like this guide, and that's all I got. Thanks, guys.
You have your pain, Malison, but your soul belongs to me.